everybody's on a journey right now. And, you know, the question is, are you going to persevere through whatever the challenge is, as opposed to trying to push yourself into whatever position you want? You know, to me, that key of perseverance is so important. And we live in a day where everybody, you know, they want it now. And that's just not, I'm not ready now, you know? And I would dishonor myself, I would dishonor God. And God's not going to allow that to happen. So,
how long was your process from, like, you're starting the ministry to where you are right now?
How old am I? I'm 57 years old. So
you're so young.
I am so young. It's a 30-year process.
A 30-year process. That's about right.
And it's still ongoing, wouldn't you say, too?
Yeah.
Oh, it's always.
Is that how you feel, too?
Oh, it's ongoing. I think the more that I know, the more that I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the older I get, the more I realize I don't know. But
Yeah.
I know, Kendra, you know, we talked, you and Dusty are now pastoring, and you kind of transitioned into a church that was there, and leadership was there, and they transitioned.
Yeah.
I know at first when you talked to me about y'all were going to probably go into that position, you were excited about and ready, but as it got closer and closer and closer, and you finally transitioned in, you're like, I don't know if I'm ready.
Oh, 100%. In fact, I found a journal entry of the day, and I read it to Dusty. It was the weekend of our installation service, and I'm just pouring out to God in my journal, are you sure you want me to do this? Are you sure I'm not going to, please don't let me do anything stupid and mess this up.
That's a good sign, though, honestly.
I hope
what
so.
it is.
But we touched on it very briefly, and I do want to go back to it because I think this is super important. But we were talking about compromise, okay, and how important it is to not compromise, because that will totally distract you from your full potential. But I think it's good for people to hear, like, what are some practical safeguards that you could put into your life to keep you from compromise?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think first of all, it's who you allow into your life. And then you have to create an environment, because everybody's always got a list of people, right? I've got the board and I've got my wife. But it's like I said earlier, I think you have to have then conversations. Is there an environment where they can speak into your life? Because the more success you have, the less comfortable people feel challenging you. It's like when, as the pastor, and I know it's just because I'm the pastor, if I say something and everybody laughs, it's like, I know it wasn't that funny, right? They're just only laughing because it was me who said it, you know? And you got to be self-aware enough to know that, right? It's not, I'm funny and wise and, you know, it's just that, and so I've got to invite them into my life, then create an environment where they can speak the truth. And the only way in which to do that is to have those kind of conversations. Do you feel comfortable telling me the truth? Am I hearing the truth? Am I hearing things I don't want to hear?
So good.
Yeah.
How important is our one-on-one time with the Lord, our personal time, in the fact as a leader, yes, we have these people around us, yes, we try to follow the Lord, but how important is our personal relationship with Him as it relates to leading?
In my life, the important part of that is being honest about it. You know, a lot of times as Christians, I think folks might become a Christ follower, and then they get discouraged really quickly because sometimes we're advertising things we're not experiencing ourselves. In other words, what I mean by that is that there are challenges. There are days when I doubt. There are days when I'm discouraged. There are days when I'm like, I don't understand, God, why this is happening. And so I think being authentic in that way with God is so important. I don't want to start to believe my own hype in my relationship with God.